It shouldn't have happened. Those were the words of Jurgen Klopp in his news conference today regarding his behaviour towards the officials in Liverpool's 4-3 win over Tottenham on Sunday. Now, Vinny O'Connor was at the press conference and asking those questions for us today. So, Vinny, I guess my first question was he quite remorseful then about what happened on Sunday?
He was, Vicky. I think that's why he was in a very different mood to the one you found him in when you spoke to him last week, and probably why the news conference didn't feel like one of a manager who was on a 6-game unbeaten run, 4 wins on the bounce. The last, of course, a spectacular late 4-3 victory over Spurs, and the gloss has been taken off that victory somewhat by what happened afterwards and those comments post-match from Jurgen Klopp, his criticism of referee Paul Tierney, following, of course, Jurgen Klopp's own celebration in front of the fourth official and subsequent yellow card for that incident as well. In today's news conference, there was a clarification of what was said between Jurgen Klopp and Paul Tierney and what Jurgen Klopp felt wasn't okay, but I suppose most importantly, an admission that Jurgen Klopp was in the wrong. Here's what the Liverpool manager had to say.
Oh, it shouldn't have happened at all. That's how it is. Was out of emotion, was out of anger in that moment. Never a good leader for the things you do. That's why I celebrated the way I celebrated. There was a situation with a foul on Mo. No foul. But in my view, and the foul was whistled, was direct in front of my eyes, so I saw it was no foul. But he whistled it anyway, free kick, not a free kick, and then the goal. And a minute later we score. So that's usually a moment where you should just be happy about that you could score a goal. But unfortunately, I was still kind of angry. That leaded to the way I celebrated. I didn't say anything wrong. I was shouting, without you. It doesn't even make a lot of sense, but that was all. I couldn't get really close to the fourth official, which was their turn in this direction was already not right, and I didn't want to get close to him, not at all. That was just because then I felt my muscle. So that's it pretty much. Then we scored, how was that? And then Paul Tierney came over to me. And I didn't expect at all a red card, to be honest. I know I had a red card not too long ago, and I didn't expect for a second a red card because I didn't feel that was right. I expected a yellow card in that moment. And he said to me, for me it's a red card, but because of him. That's what I understood. So it was loud in the stadium, but because of him, it's yellow. Show me yellow card, smiles in my face. That's it. I didn't. Red card for what? So that's how I left. Stood there, left. Then game goes on. Final whistle. We go inside. Tried to calm down. Didn't work out properly. Go into all the interviews. And then in the interview I said what I said. And the things which were made of belonging what Paul Tierney said to me, I didn't say. I said, I think everybody knows it meanwhile, but I said probably because you can find it out. I said that what he said to me was not okay. So, and actually I thought it's not okay because it was not a red card in my view. So that's it. And then the things happened though. And I understand, I opened the box with that. Was not intentionally, but obviously I opened it. Your colleague stepped into it and wanted me to carry on. So he said all these words like was inappropriate or whatever. I don't know what kind of words he used, and I didn't respond to that. No, I stop it here. And maybe I should have said in that moment just, okay, he said to me it was a red card and I didn't think it was a red card, stuff like this. But then from that moment on, I realized I opened a box which I didn't want to open and stopped talking there about that. And that's one of the things what happened. What was the rest? The rest was the things I said, how I feel, about how I felt in that moment, about Paul Tierney visiting our games. I know he's not. I'm very sure he's not doing it intentionally, but we have a history, and I cannot deny that. And I wish I'm not a resentful person, not at all. Not at all. I think it's a waste of time. I had to get over so many things in my life, and I get over them. But obviously, these kind of things, what happened in the past in decisive games for us, if you were involved or not, they happened. Of course, they didn't happen intentionally, but they're still there. So and that's a feeling, nothing else. So that's what I said. And I know that obviously the refs were really angry about what I said and go now for it. I heard I was lying and stuff like this, that I said that. I never did. I did a lot of things that day, but didn't lie. I shouldn't have said a couple of things, but lying was not involved in that. So that's pretty much the situation.
So now Jurgen Klopp has to await what form of punishment comes his way from the FA investigation. Of course, himself, he's also nursing a hamstring injury at the minute that he picked up celebrating Diogo Jota's winner against Spurs. He says it's a grade 2C tear, which if he was still playing would mean 6 weeks out. He's still without, of course, Naby Keita for this game against Fulham and Bobby Firmino. They're not quite ready for this one yet. Diogo Jota is also a doubt, although Jurgen Klopp is hopeful that he will make it.
OK, brilliant. As always, thank you very much, Vinny.